God.
I was freaking out, man. So
relaxes you.
So, but yeah, moral of the story, it relaxes you.
Yeah. So that's why
You're not a bitch.
What do you think?
Welcome to the Peak Performance Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This week, we're doing something a little special. Episode 10. So, first of all, we've made it this far without killing each other, so that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But what we're going to do this week is we're going to have our first little wee guest on. Mr. Kyle Ruiz. Some background about this fellow. Why should you care about what he has to say? Well, he's a national level strongman competitor. And hopefully this year, we will have ourselves over here an Arnold Classic champion.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what that means is don't fight him over the last chicken wing.
Dude.
You're not getting the last chicken wing. You're not getting the last cupcake.
Nah, dude.
Well, now I'm a weight class athlete, so I'm getting a lot of shit from the open men saying I'm too skinny. So
Hell yeah. So some current accolades and achievements. First of all, he's my boy. So be nice to him in the comments or don't, whatever.
no, roast the hell out of me. I deserve it.
Yes. You got the green light from him. So current accolades, man. Number 7, nationally ranked heavyweight. Northeast Regional Strongman Champion. Pro Strongman League East Coast Champion. New York State deadlift record holder, which is freaking huge. And then almost misread that. 2,010 pound total between squat, bench, and deadlift. So he kind of knows what he's talking about when it comes to strength sports and just being strong in general. So yeah,
He's dabbled in it a little bit, right?
For 15 or 16 years now at this point.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
You've been doing strongman the whole time.
No, so I've been lifting weights for 15 to 16 years. I've been doing strongman for the past 4 years competitively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it really wasn't until I moved up here that I found ABC Sports and Fitness and was really able to devote a lot of time to strongman specifically.
Shout out Matt Donnie,
Yeah,
ABC
dude.
Sports and Fitness. So where are you from originally?
So I grew up down in the Hudson Valley in a town called Cornwall, Hudson.
Okay.
So I spent 19 or 20 years down there. And then in 2021, I moved up here and been up here since and
All right.
been loving it.
Did you start lifting like in high school?
Yeah, so I started when I was 15 years old, and I only did that to get bigger and stronger for football at the time. Gain weight, get stronger, and then apply that to the field. And then, so I did that for high school and college. And then once I graduated from college, I still needed something to do. So I still lifted weights for a little while up until I moved up here. And then moved up to the Capital District and found ABC, and that's how I got in the strongman full time.
Oh, okay. What position did you play in football?
Defensive end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did that
All
for
right.
12 years, I believe.
Nice.
about the right size for one.
About the right size. About the right size.
Yeah, I'm tall and lanky.
Yeah. There you
There
go.
we go.
You go, and you got that reach too. Nobody can get outside of you.
Oh yeah,
You know
I got
what
freaking.
Yeah, dude.
What's your reach? Do you know your reach?
I have no idea, but it's too long. It's not good for overhead pressing, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh man, I can only imagine. It's
Great
just
for
that-
deadlifting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just that much more to go.
He doesn't even have to lift the weight. He just stands up and his arms are just still on the bar when he's fully.
He just has it's more of just like a shrug.
It's a shrug just to get the bar off the floor.
So, where'd you go to college?
Muhlenberg College. It's a small school over in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
There's only about 2,400 kids.
All right.
So small but big enough, but everybody still knew each other. All the sports teams were pretty close.
Oh, okay.
And they had a really good academic program as well.
Nice. What'd you go to school for?
I went for accounting.
Nice. Then that's what you do now?
Yeah, so I've been doing accounting for the past 10 years.
Oh, okay. That's sweet. So I was just telling Justin, I said, I watched this one guy. He said, you know what the best thing is about fitness or just being jacked? He's like, being jacked in a profession that you don't need to be jacked in.
Oh, yeah, well, like when I tell people that I work with, like I'm the strongest man in New York, and I will be getting that title next month, by the way.
There you go.
They don't believe it. They just see like I'm a bigger dude or whatever, but when I show them what I can do, they're like,
Yeah.
how are you an accountant?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
When you think of accountants, you think of like,
Yeah.
like either nerdy or finance, bro, no in between.
And you just happen to be like right there, right?
I mean, you're still nerdy.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Well, you have to be
He's still
nerdy.
a little
I'm
You know
the
what I mean?
biggest nerd.
We're all nerdy in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? He gets paid to be nerdy. So when did you get so you said you've been doing lifting for like 15 years. When did you actually get into the strongman? Or I should say, like, what made you get into the strongman?
That's a good question. So, growing up, I always saw like the World's Strongest Man reruns on ESPN, like either
Dude.
late at night or just at random times.
We used to
whatever.
watch that all the time, my
And I
dad.
thought that was the coolest thing, because like lifting up the rocks, the logs, sandbags, like that's totally different from
Yeah.
moving a barbell up and down 3 or 4 different ways.
Yep.
But at the time in high school and college, like I didn't have access to that equipment, so there was no way for me to actually get into strongman. I actually did my first show shortly after graduating, just a small little show in Hudson Valley down there, but I only did it off my base strength. I didn't have anything to practice with.
Oh, okay.
And I placed second in that in the novice division. And I thought it was for me. So coming second place in my first show, I thought I was like the fucking man. So I immediately, 2 months later, hopped into the open class from my first show. And I get absolutely destroyed by these guys. I just had like, so one of the events was the yoke. That's where it's like the big cross member, and you pick it up, you run with it.
Yep.
I think it was only like 550 pounds at the time, which in open strongman is nothing. It's a warm up. I was all over the place with that thing like a freaking newborn giraffe. It was so bad.
Newborn giraffe.
It was so bad. So after that, I just went back to my regular like bro lifts,
Yeah,
squat,
yeah.
bench, deadlift in my garage because I had a home gym at the time. And then, like I said, once I moved up here, that's when I was actually able to get my hands on the implements and then start practicing strongman.
Yep.
And then as the years went on, myself and the other strongmen that go there, we've slowly donated more and more equipment so that we can get better at our
Right.
sport together.
Right. Yeah, I've seen some of the videos that even like you using the stuff down there. I mean,
Yep.
he's set up pretty good down there.
Yeah, now we have a legit strongman gym, so anybody wants to come down.
Yeah.
I'm usually there
Iron,
on Friday
right?
nights or Saturday evenings if you want to come down, or Saturday mornings if you want to come down and do strongman with me.
Yeah. ABC Iron.
Yeah,
That
ABC
one?
Iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, Donnie and I go way back, man. I actually went to school with him, and even back then, like he was always in his shop welding up stuff, and when I see him still using that craft in the gym, he does he have the motorcycle?
Oh
That was
yeah.
down there? He
Yep.
still has
Yeah,
that?
yeah, the motorcycle
When I saw
deadlift,
him, like,
yeah.
what a way to bring like that part of you into the gym,
Dude.
You know what I mean? That's amazing, So shout out to Matt for what he's doing to allow people like y'all to. I don't do the strong man, I don't
I
wanna say I'm-
dabble, so people like him.
yeah. Maybe I'll get there again one day, but right now my joints ain't liking it.
They
so.
make little stones, little Atlas stones.
Are you making fun of me right now,
Little
bro?
200-pound sandbags.
Come on, man. You making fun of me
Just
right
for
now? I'm over here just trying to get my joints up. You guys- I'll
You
get
can
there
use
one day.
the little 8-inch circus dumbbell.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So I'll be over on the bunny hill, is what you're saying.
No,
Pretty much.
wow, I was trying to be nice. He said,
I don't care, man.
full gloves off. He's like, nope.
I don't care. I'm a trooper, man. I'll take it. So one thing I want to get into is, dude, what is your diet like? What's your nutrition and stuff like? Like off season and during like prep.
So I'm a big believer in staying garage ready year round. So what that means is just being in shape the entire year. So my diet does not change.
Oh, okay.
I actually cleaned up my diet a ton a year ago because I used to weigh close to 330 pounds
Oh, wow.
when I was in the open class. Yeah.
And you're 6'4"?
6'4", 6'5", yeah.
Okay. All right.
Depending on the shoes and if he's
Depending
wearing
on
lifts. He's got them David Portnoy lifts in there. He's 6'5" today.
But so back then my diet was trash. I was just eating whatever I could to gain weight because when you're that heavy,
Yeah.
you need to make an effort to be that big.
Yeah.
And my body just did not like it. It was hard on my knees, my lower back, the lower back pumps I would get they were legendary. They were so bad.
Yeah, he
So-
walked around the gym like it, dude. It was funny to watch him walk.
Really?
Oh, I couldn't walk around halfway around my block without having to like stop and bend over because they got that bad.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So summer of last year, I was like, let me cut down because it's just not worth the health risk to be that big.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like I said, I pretty much have no left knee.
Really?
So every single day it would just hurt so bad.
Yeah.
So I made a decision to cut down to 275 and see if I can compete in the 120 kilo class, which is 265. And I said I would do that if I could maintain the same level of strength as if I was an open class athlete.
Okay.
And over the course of 4 to 5 months, I was able to do that. I lost 55 pounds and was able to maintain, I'd say 95% of the strength.
Wow.
And then this year I got that 5% back and more.
Which that's hard to do, to maintain that strength while going down.
Yep.
So would you just like load up on just an insane amount of protein and any other type of like supplementation?
No, I just kept it. I kept my diet very clean and consistent. So, like I said before, I stay in shape year round. So right now my diet, I eat the same thing every day for the most part. So for breakfast,
that's the key to success, man. I say it to everybody. I'm like, it's repetitive, man. If you're like, well, I want variation, variety, it's like, if you want it to work, it's got to be repetitive.
Eat like a dog, dude.
Exactly. Like consistency is the biggest thing, in my opinion, to achieve success.
Yeah.
If you can't stay consistent in anything, you're not going to do well.
Right.
So right now, my breakfast is usually like oatmeal, a bagel, some breakfast sausage, and that's pretty much it. Just oatmeal over to lunch. And then lunch and my pre-lift meal is the same thing. So it's white rice and ground beef.
Okay.
Super simple. And then dinner, usually I do chicken and rice, unless I have a heavy lift the next day, and then I'll have a whole frozen pizza.
Oh, yeah. So you just carb load like crazy.
Yeah, so that's what my body likes. Everyone's going to be different in that regard.
Yeah.
So if I have like a big deadlift the following day, I'll have a whole pizza and whatever else I can fit in before I go to bed the night before.
Wow.
I love that.
And then do you lift first thing in the morning, or you just wait till like the end of the workday?
So I wait. Yeah, I go after work. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So
unless I'm doing strongman events, and most of the time I'll go in on Saturday morning to simulate how it's going to be on contest day.
Oh, okay.
So on contest day, we're usually lifting by 9 or 10 in the morning. So you're only going to get one meal in before that.
Oof.
So I try to simulate that when I'm training.
So are you trying to, so when you're lifting that early in the morning on competition day, what's your breakfast like? Do you try to
Same
load
thing.
up?
Same exact thing. Yeah. So
that doesn't even change.
Yep. So that goes back to the consistency thing. Like I said, you don't want to change anything going into a show.
Okay.
Because your body's going to be used to what you've been consuming the whole time. The only thing that will change is I'll consume like intra-workout carbs on game day, like during the contest.
Gotcha.
So a lot of cookies, Rice Krispie treats, stuff
Just
like
a
that.
quick, spike this.
Immediate, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. How many days a week do you lift now?
Right now, typically 4 days. So I'll do a press day, deadlift and back day, a leg day, and then my events day later in the week.
Okay. What does it look like? So do you do the same thing throughout the year? Is it the same workout you're doing? You just change your rep range and tempos and stuff like that, or?
Yeah. So like it depends on what the events are and the contests I have coming up. So for this one next weekend I'm competing at, there's a max axle to start.
Okay.
So for this prep in particular, for the past 10 weeks, I start out with a volume phase for the first 3 to 4 weeks where I'll do 4 sets of 5 reps with like a moderate weight, and then deload, and then start doing heavy triples and work my way up to heavy singles. So for example, like 2 weeks ago, my last heavy pull was 775.
Okay.
And that's with the hope to open with 700 next weekend and then pull 800, and then that should be good enough for me.
I mean, it's good enough for me too. yeah, I'll take that. I do that.
Easy work, right?
Yeah, on a daily, man.
Well, I'll win with my 700-pound opener, just outright in my weight class, and then I think I'm gonna go straight from 700 to 800 based on how that 75 moved a couple weeks ago, just to make a statement. I want to show everybody that I am one of the best deadlifters in the country.
So you have the record right now.
For New York State, yes.
What is that?
I pulled 810 pounds 2 or 3 years ago now. So I'm actually trying to add to that the week after the Arnold. There's a contest down in Westchester called Max Out Mayhem, and it's a state record eligible event.
Oh, nice. So you're trying to make a statement. You said with 850? Did I hear that right?
800, but it's on an axle.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's going to be on an axle calibrated place, and that's the hardest deadlift setup that you can pull on.
Gotcha. Gotcha. How does like your joints feel? You said you have like no left knee.
Yeah, dude. Tell.
I need to hear about that.
Yeah.
So, the summer before my senior year in college, I made a dumb decision to play in a semi-pro football game just to get like extra practice before the season actually started, just get a head start on it. And it was the very first play of the very first game. I took a little hop to knock down the ball off the line of scrimmage because it was a screenplay.
Yep.
And I guess I tried to pivot before actually landing correctly and just blew everything out.
Jeez, did you have to have surgery?
Oh yeah, so that injury tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus at the same time.
So even with those, with that, you're still pulling and lifting like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you favor anything? Like when you're in the middle of your lift, do you feel like you know?
Definitely on certain movements. So like squats, for example, like my hips will definitely shift to take some of the load off my left knee.
Yeah.
And then as I warm up, like that will correct itself.
Gotcha.
But over the years, like my body's just adapted. So actually right now, somewhere between when I got the surgery till now, I lost the ACL graft.
Really?
So I got because last summer I tried to get into rugby. But when I was cutting on the field, I could feel my knee opening up. And I was like, that's weird. So made an appointment to get an MRI just to check it out. And yeah, sure enough, there's no ACL. There's no meniscus that tore as well.
Jeez.
And your arthritis is so bad that it's bone on bone.
Jeez.
So as of right now, I'm eligible for a full knee replacement.
Really? Does it ever bother you?
No, because over the years, my body's just adapted.
That's crazy.
With this knee.
Yeah. Do you feel like the muscles probably compensate?
Yeah, so when you tear your ACL and you don't get it fixed, your hamstrings will actually take over to stabilize your knee. And it's like, for example, like I play recreational dodgeball on Thursday nights. So when you're out there, like it's a very intense sport.
Hold on. You are out there throwing balls at people?
Oh yeah.
Like throwing just some heat at somebody's face.
Yeah, I have a reputation out there, but we don't get into that.
Wait. He's the strongest man in New York State, and he over here just whipping dodgeballs at people. I am not. I'm be on your team,
Just
bro.
civilians.
Yeah, for real. Taking grandma out. I know it's not like that, but dude, I'm on your team.
Or is it?
What's that?
Or is it? I'll admit plenty of people do not like me in that league. But
really?
I'm just a very intense competitive person.
That's not a bad thing. That's how you get where you at, you know what I mean?
But yeah, I just love playing for fun. But yeah, so when you're out there, like obviously you need to be able to cut and make these shifts on the court. But because my hamstrings are so strong, I don't feel it at all in my left knee.
That's awesome. Good for you, man. Good for you, because there's a lot of people out there that just stop doing things altogether, and their knee isn't in anywhere near as close to yours, as bad as yours. You know what I mean? So good for you, man. So what are like what supplements are you doing? Do you do any supplements, or you just do straight food?
What supplements are you talking about here?
Anything ingestible or injectable.
So I'm a big believer in whole foods.
Okay.
So like I said, the ground beef, the rice, the chicken, like that's the majority of my protein source.
Gotcha.
And energy source. But I do dabble in what we'll call super creatine.
Okay.
I don't know how much you guys want to get into that.
Yeah. Super
But yeah, so that definitely helps with like the numbers I've been able to put out, and
Gotcha.
it definitely plays a role.
Now that is not responsible for them, however, because that's a work thing, man. And I want to emphasize that to like everybody that's watching right now. To be like, oh, I could be New York's strongest man if I just took X, Y, and Z. No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. You don't have the work ethic. You don't have the discipline.
Right.
You don't have the genetics to do that.
Right.
So go back under your rock.
Yeah.
Like there's zero. Don't drop that in there. just being real with you.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah.
It's not just that. So
I love the super creatine.
yeah, super creatine.
But we can get into that if you'd like.
Yeah.
I know plenty about that.
I'm always down to learn anything. You know what I mean? So that's all you guys. If you want to, go down that road, But if not, there's plenty more to talk about. You know what I mean? So how are you feeling going into the Arnold?
So we actually don't know. I guess we'll talk about this to show I have coming up next weekend. I'm definitely feeling the strongest I've ever been.
Okay.
So it should be a relatively easy win. I know it sounds very cocky of me, but with the work I put in, the numbers I put out, based on my training videos, I should have no problem qualifying for nationals next weekend.
Yeah.
And also, everybody that you're competing against. Too,
Yeah,
right.
yep.
So it's like that's
like
not
a
cocky when
13.
you know the dudes that you're going against and you know what they're capable of. So it's not really cocky. That's just being well studied and knowing your competition and knowing what your own capabilities are.
Right,
Yeah.
and the events are very good for me next weekend because that's the other thing in strongman. Like it's so event dependent. So like the Arnold, for example, we still don't know what the events are.
Okay.
They should be coming out this week, I would say. So fingers crossed, the events will, for the most part, be good for me.
Yeah. What's your
But even then, like, once I do find out what the events are, I'm gonna train specifically for them, so I can put out the best performance possible.
what's your favorite event to do? Like the event that pops up, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get at that.
It's got to be the deadlift.
There we
But
go.
besides that,
Come on, who didn't see that coming?
Yeah, so deadlift is obviously my event.
Yeah.
I've only been beaten in a deadlift maybe twice in my strongman career, and it wasn't even like it was a frame deadlift for reps, so it wasn't even like a real deadlift. But like a deadlift from the floor, I've only been beaten once, I think.
Locally? Was that locally?
Yes, it was last year actually at the same show.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to remember correctly. This guy Joe Scrim, who actually won United States Strongman Nationals this year in the 275 weight class, he pulled 610 on the axle for 13 reps, and I pulled 12.
Oh, wow.
So,
So just
as far as I can remember, he's the only one to beat me there.
yeah. So just barely. I mean, a win is a win, but still,
Yeah.
like, it's not like he just blew you out the water. You know what I mean?
No, but it was a very tight show between him and I. But if I had to pick one besides deadlifts, it'd either have to be farmer's carry or stones.
Oh,
Stones,
I
dog.
do like anything that requires a pickup and load.
yeah.
Triple extension stuff.
Yep.
Well, that's just like full body, man. You know, what's like your resting like? Do you ever take some time to just like rest a little bit and let your body heal up?
Yeah,
or-
so like I said, I only lift 4 days a week. That's all I feel like is really necessary when you're training as hard as I do.
Yeah.
So like, I'll take a rest day during the middle of the week. Sometimes later in the week, like Friday before my events day, and then Sunday I'm always off. But every night before bed, I do smoke weed.
Okay.
And I feel like that's been a huge component in my recovery.
Help it to just completely relax.
Yeah,
and-
it helps me relax. Helps me put that pizza down.
Come on, dog. You need
It does take a little bit of effort, but in all seriousness, like just when you're lifting this heavy all the time, your sympathetic nervous system is always heightened. So
Always.
it will make it really hard to relax at night and
Yep.
get a restful night's sleep.
Yeah.
So consuming the weed before bed just helps me turn that nervous system off and turn on my parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and relax
Yeah.
side of your nervous system, and that's helped immensely.
Yeah.
And not to mention, it also helps with decreasing inflammation in my joints. So even though I've been pushing for a while now, my systemic inflammation has been at an all-time low.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That is neat. I did not know that. I just
So
learned a
yeah,
thing
if
today.
you want to really enhance your recovery, I definitely recommend
Smoking.
weed
Yeah.
or taking edibles or whatever, just to
Yeah.
really get that relaxing component in you.
Yeah. I actually this sounds funny to say. I actually use Core Hard. It's not at all what it sounds like, but it's got like ashwagandha in it, L-theanine and stuff like that. So that's actually what I use to try to get a good night's sleep. 'cause-
L-theanine is a good one too.
Yeah.
If people tell me they have a hard time staying asleep, L-theanine is it's an amino acid that will help your body stay relaxed during the night, and you won't wake up as much.
Yeah, that's one thing that I struggled with for a while, is just only getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night. You know what I mean? And I would still just keep going, and then that just adds up after a while. Next thing you know, you're just crashing. So when I switched to that, I started getting better nights of sleep. So because I don't smoke weed, but I think that's like the closest thing for me, at least. Last time I smoked weed was 15 years ago. And it was the worst, dude. Because I was never a big weed smoker.
Did the pot
right?
monster try to get you?
What's that?
Did the pot monster try to get
Dude,
you?
no. I was over at my friend's house. I won't say no names, but I don't know if it was laced with something, but I smoked it. And his daughter wasn't there. He didn't have his daughter that weekend, but like all her toys were just going off. Like everything, like all her toys. I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous. He's like, yo, what's wrong? I'm like, is this laced? He's like, no. I'm like, yo, I can hear all these toys. And then we were sitting in the living room. The TV was off, but we were watching SpongeBob. Stop. I'm still serious. I'm no exaggeration.
The TV was off, but we were watching SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I remember my first time.
Yeah. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't the biggest back then. You know what I mean? I wasn't the biggest weed smoker back then, you know?
Yeah,
but,
dude.
But yeah, that's
my worst weed. We'll get into this real quick. Just take a sidetrack from
Well, we always do, every episode.
worst weed experience. I wasn't in college, but I was at a college party. So there.
that one time at band camp.
Yeah,
Is it one of
basically.
them?
No, I was anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. So I was doing some other substances that are white and fluffy.
Oh, okay.
Yup.
Snow.
And yup.
Okay.
And yeah, it was Christmas time all year round at that point in my life.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
so I was doing that, and then, of course, everybody breaks out the weed, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you want some?" I'm like, "Sure, maybe it'll take the edge off." It did not. It did not
enhanced
help. It did not help. So I don't know if do either one of you ever experience this where like time slows down?
I definitely have.
Okay.
In the past, but as I got older, for some reason, the paranoia and that feelings kind of faded away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, my heart rate was thumping because a lot of that in your system, your heart rate's going.
Mm-hmm.
Add that with time slowing down, and I thought my heart was doing about 600 beats per minute.
Oh, wow.
It was wild.
Talk
And I'm
about
sitting
freaking
there.
out,
I'm
man.
sitting there in a chair, and I'm like staring straight ahead of me, and I'm like, this is gonna end eventually. This is gonna end eventually. This is gonna end
You
eventually.
don't know how it's gonna end, but it's gonna end.
Dude, I'm like, this is not good. I'm like sitting there. People are looking at me. They're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yep, I'm good. My heart's only doing about 8,000 beats per minute right now, but we're good."
Yep.
Yep. Finally, it started to wear off, and I was like, "All right,
Yeah.
never am I ever mixing those two substances together
didn't-
ever again."
I didn't have where time slowed down. I had like this. I was sitting in his living room, and he didn't have like the best furniture. But I just remember I put my hands on my face and I rubbed them, and I opened my eyes, and he had like this plush red velvet couch. I'm like, yo, when did you get this? And he's like, what are you talking about? This is the same furniture I've had this whole time. And I was like, and like I was just blinking, and then it turned back to his regular furniture. I was like, yo, this is laced.
Dude, that
with
had to have had something in it.
So
like, that's visual and auditory hallucinations. Like that, I don't think that's a weed thing, dude.
right.
Is it?
So he was like, yo, you.
If you're high enough.
Yeah, he was like, yo, you freaking me out. You're thinking that I'm buying laced stuff, but he wasn't having any of these reactions. So then
okay.
he was like, maybe you just need some fresh air. We go outside.
Oh, no.
So we walk down. Listen, we walk down his steps. We walk down his steps, and his driveway. When you get to his driveway, it had maybe like a 2-inch drop, right? And I took the biggest jump, thinking it was like 8 foot up. I was like, Stu. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, you didn't have to jump off that. Bro. So that was the last time ever. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So I was like, yo, I'm never doing that again.
Oh,
Never.
God.
You know, I was freaking out, man. So
It relaxes you.
so
But yeah, moral of the story, it relaxes you.
yeah. So that's why I.
If you're not a bitch.
What do you think?
If you're not a bitch.
Hey man, listen. So at night, that's why I don't do that at night.
Otherwise, you're gonna look at Monica like, "When'd you grow another head?"
Yeah, she's gonna catch me down here fighting aliens.
Like it's GTA 5, dude.
Yeah, with Nox's Nerf guns.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. Well, that works for you. Doesn't work for me.
Yeah, dude. No, I was so I know you both train people, right? So I was curious because I don't. I was curious what like the average person is versus like you train like strongmen and stuff like that, like athletes. I was wondering what the differences are between like your experience training I'm going to use the word like civilians, right? Versus athletes.
Yeah, yeah. So I've actually trained both, but in order for me, because I do a lot of online stuff now, it's just easier for my life right now. I could go to JR's gym if I wanted to train athletes, but one thing I've noticed in the past is my time schedule doesn't align with athletes, and I've actually, the clients that I've been training now is a lot of fat loss, and a lot of like gut healing stuff, because I believe also in like holistic healing and whole foods and stuff. So like
what's your experience like? Do you have to really push these people?
So so in that aspect,
stuff like that.
In that aspect, yes. So one thing that I've learned from athletes, I can't say all of them are 100% disciplined, because for instance, last year I was training this, I won't say any names, this
yeah, just you were training somebody.
Yeah, I was training somebody. They were a D1 athlete, and I felt like I was pulling. They were okay with their trainings, but when it came to nutrition, they were eating whatever they wanted. That's always the hardest part, is like the nutrition for me when I'm talking to clients. When it comes to training, it's hit, like with my civilian clients, it's hit or miss. A lot of people, you and I have talked about non-negotiables.
Yeah.
And you're probably a firm believer of that too. When it comes to your training, that's your training, right? If you're trying to accomplish a goal, this time slot is an appointment for yourself. You don't stray from it, right? A lot of people, in my experience, have allowed things to get in the way of that. So it's like I spend a lot of time like, okay, well, what is it going to take to make this a true non-negotiable? Like, I understand that life happens, like, if you have kids, that's a whole different aspect, right? So we have to figure out, all right, if something pops up with the kids, which doesn't happen all the time, right? We need to figure out a way to get around that or still make it happen within that day. You know what I mean? So when it comes to pushing them to more time management, I should say, it's definitely time management. People that are not athletes have a harder time with time management and pushing themselves through goals. Somebody that's a true athlete, they have the mindset of, this is my sport, this is what I'm training for, and it's easier to push them. And they are, most of the time, they're easily coachable. You know what I mean? Because you can be like, dude, you got to knock it off. This is what you need to do. I've had a lot of clients that aren't athletes, and you can't talk to them like that. You know what I mean? And just to be honest, you can't talk to them like that. There's been times, I think I've told you, man, I've had to walk away from the dinner table from talking somebody off the ledge from grabbing an Oreo cookie. You know what I mean? Oh, it's just a rough day today. It's like, I get it. We all have rough days.
Yeah.
But then what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your rough day is getting in the way of your goal. And I'm a firm believer is, if you're going towards the goal, there's going to be some natural resistance that's going to try to get in the way of that.
100%.
And you have to recognize that. You have to say, well, all right, well, I'm going in the right way. There's something that's, like, for instance, I tell my clients all the time, as soon as you make the decision to start dieting, everybody comes out of the woodworks. Like, your coworker be like, you know what? I was thinking about you the other day. Decided to bring you some cookies.
Yep.
I'm like,
right?
All right. You know what I mean? Or somebody's like, hey, we haven't caught up. We should go out to eat. It just always happens. You know what I mean? So you have to learn to recognize that. This is what I tell them. You have to learn to recognize that and pivot or say no. No, I'm sorry. I can't. I have to do this. So that's my experience with my end of clients.
At the end of the day, really, it just comes down to discipline and how bad you want something.
Right.
And if you can apply yourself, you'll achieve the goals you want.
Yeah.
But like you said, how consistent can you be to get there?
Yeah. Yeah. Putting it first. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that how most of your guys are?
So there's levels to this. So I have experience with both. So I have my one client, Eric, who trains strongman.
Yeah, I love Eric.
And then I have another client, Scott, who a year and a half ago when he started with me never touched a weight in his life. He's 51 or 52 years old now, never touched a weight in his life. But I've been able to motivate him and develop a program that works for him with his schedule and life and whatever. And he's come so far since we first started.
Yeah.
And he was a civilian, like you said, but because he was able to commit to the program and stay on track, that's why he's been able to be successful.
Yeah.
And now it's getting to the point where he's coming to me asking me if he can compete in like the Masters division, either in powerlifting or strongman.
Right.
That's how far he's come.
Yeah.
And then on the other end, but let me backtrack. So with Scott, because he had no experience, it did take a lot of patience and understanding to really develop something that worked for him.
Yeah.
Because he was so new to everything.
Yeah.
But Eric, on the other hand, he already had experience lifting, but wanted to compete in strongman at a higher level. So he had no experience he had experience strength training, but no experience in strongman. So I had to teach him everything I know in strongman. And same thing, he's been so disciplined and dedicated to the cause that he's been able to win a couple contests at this point.
Yeah.
He won a show up in Syracuse this past June, and now he's doing New York's Strongest Man with me next month. So hopefully he'll be able to take the middleweight title.
Nice.
That's how far he's come.
Nice. We'll be rooting for him for sure.
Yeah, dude.
So-
Eric's good, dude. I love Eric. I met him a while ago, dude. And then, yeah.
Yeah. So when you're a question I have for you is when you first started training people, did you ever find yourself like going way above and beyond to like get to push people, like more than like more effort than what they were putting in?
100%. So I'm a very no bullshit, no nonsense coach. So if you're gonna sign up with me, I'm gonna put you to the ringer. You're gonna work very hard.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be pleasant. It's not gonna be enjoyable for at least the first 2 to 3 months. Because the shape that I'm gonna push you, the way I'm gonna push you to get into the shape that I need you to be in, is not gonna be fun. But if you can stick it out and get through there, you will be successful.
Yeah. So like when you do like meal plans and stuff for your clients, do you do that for your clients, or it's more?
I give them general advice because I'm not a certified nutritionist or anything like that. But since I have so much experience and knowledge with it, I can guide them based on what they want to do. So like Scott, for example, he started out very light. I think he only weighed about 185. And he said he wanted to get bigger and stronger, so I told him exactly what he needed to eat on a daily basis. He thought he was eating plenty at that point. He's like, oh, I had like a shake for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, and as usual dinner. I'm like, dude, that's not nearly enough. You need to up your calories to at least 5,000 a day to put on the size that you want.
Yeah. How big was he? A bigger guy to begin with?
No, he was a shorter dude.
Was he?
But again, very light.
Short like me? What was he? Come on, at least just say he's shorter.
I have to line you guys up. So he took that to heart, and at first he did say it really sucked because he was so bloated and so full all the time. But we've been able to get him up to about 205 or 210 pounds of body weight.
Oh, okay.
While also increasing all his lifts and keeping him in shape at the same time. He didn't get fat. He just became a freaking pit bull.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Same with Eric. Eric came to me. He was definitely not in shape whatsoever, and now he's freaking doing sprints on the turf with farmers and whatever else.
That's awesome. So you weren't even doing like any macros with these guys. You were like, yo, you just need to eat and eat a lot. You need to be eating full pizzas at bedtime, right?
Same thing with Eric. So Eric he's been maintaining weight because he's gonna be he's a middleweight. Middleweight. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's a middleweight athlete, but his job is extremely demanding. He's a laborer. I don't know for what union. So he's on his feet.
Construction.
10 to 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then going to the gym. So when I first started with him, he always looked like really fatigued, really lethargic. And I asked him, I was like, what'd you consume today? And same thing, he'd be like, oh, I had a sandwich for lunch, a granola bar for breakfast.
Yo, no way, man.
But then and then he'd do a full work day in the summertime and then try to go and deadlift, wherever I programmed for him, and it just would not move.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, you need to be intentional with your breaks and find time to put this food down because your performance is going to suffer and you're going to lose weight, and then you're not going to be happy with your results.
Yeah, especially working construction, man. When I did that, I had, for me to at least just hold my body weight, and I was only like 200 pounds at the time, maybe 195, 200 pounds. I still, just to hold that, I had to be 3,500, 4,000 calories, just because of how much you're moving. So to go from that and then go to the gym and do some strongman stuff, dude, you need to be 5,000, north of 5,000.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know,
100%.
because that's no joke, man. You're just ripping through muscle at that point. You know,
Yep.
your body's just screaming for it. You know.
But just like Scott, he took it to heart and really applied himself and made sure he got this food down. And then obviously his performance reflected that.
Yeah, yeah. So how many people are you helping go to strongman currently right now? Is there so do you have clients coming to you to just do strongman event, well, I shouldn't say events, but just lifts, or are people like, yo, I want you to train me so that I can compete like alongside
so
with
I
you?
just do like general strength training, and then if people have a specific need that they like, something specific they want to get into. So like Eric came to me trying to get into strongman.
Gotcha.
Scott just wanted to get stronger. I've had other clients, you know, want to lose weight. I do all of that.
Yeah, nice. I didn't know if you were putting together like a team. You know, does ABC have like a strongman team?
No strongman team. The only team
You're looking
is
at
the,
it. It's him.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I didn't know if it was like that, man. You know, it's genuine. You know,
I wish they did though, because we need to beat the Texas boys next year at Nationals.
at Texas, or they come up here.
At Texas, yeah. So Nationals in 2026 is in Austin, Texas, I believe.
Them Texas boys are no joke.
So yeah, they're absolutely no joke. They did so well this year.
Just
in
farmer
Vegas.
boys.
Yeah, the work ethic they have is just unparalleled to anybody else. So yeah, and they all train together too, whether they're
That's
in
cool.
San Antonio, Austin, wherever. You know, there's a bunch of really big strongman gyms down there. In New York, it's not as big, so there's a bunch of us that will be going back there next year, but we're all scattered.
Oh, okay.
So like, there's myself and Juan Barbosa and Eric in the capital region. There's a couple guys up in Rochester, and a few good guys down in Brooklyn.
Nice.
So we're all scattered, but with the same goal in mind.
Yeah. So do you guys pretty much go and represent all of New York?
Yeah.
Type of deal. That's cool. That's cool. You
Do
get
you
to
guys, do you guys keep in touch often?
Yeah, so we see, you know, everything we post on Instagram and social media.
How much shit talk?
Between us and the Texas boys?
No. Just between you guys. Just the New York boys.
Oh, New York, there is none. No,
Really?
It's pretty much a brotherhood.
Come
yeah.
on.
That's
man.
cool though. That's cool. I don't know. I like that. That's cool.
I mean, I like it too,
Yeah.
but like, where's that competitive shit talk? That's like what drives people to greatness.
Yeah, I mean, if we were all in the same space, we could do that. We're not gonna do that over social media.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
it's not. It could come across wrong, like
Yeah.
via words on a screen.
Yeah, but I know for a fact those guys in Texas, they're in the same space pushing each other and talking shit to each other.
Yeah. That's
But they're getting so much better by doing that. Because to them, it's like a competition every time they step into the gym.
yeah.
They're just gonna keep leveling up.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a cool environment to have.
Yeah, dude. So that's how like boxing gyms are, like actual fight gyms, man. You're constantly just, if you're not hitting each other in the head, you're waging verbal warfare. It's one or the other, dude. It's a vibe, man, and it does push you to become amazing at what you do.
Yeah. It was like that when I was listening for football, you know, so that's one thing I miss. One thing I miss for sure, you know. Maybe
What I do miss is having this one in the gym with me. So when I was heavier and like I was really pushing the envelope with my numbers to get, you know, to my 2,010 pound total, Justin was in the gym pretty much every time I, you know, hit a big number. And
I said I'm a lucky charm.
But no, just having him there to like get in my face and slap the shit out of me before a big deadlift, like that helped so much.
Yeah.
To elevate my game.
Yeah. That's good. So that's where you get it from.
Brother.
That's where you get it from. Is that why you talk so much junk to me, dude?
Yeah.
You always trying to push me?
Yeah, I just want you to be better, dude.
Oh, well, the other day you told me I couldn't read good.
He said I couldn't read good.
You know that movie I'm talking
That
about?
movie, come on, man. Do you know the movie?
Come on.
I don't.
It's all good.
Blue Streak?
Yeah.
Bad Boys.
Blue Streaks.
It's Blue Streak, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
okay.
never seen that one.
Oh, dude, it's a great one. Go home and watch that.
Sorry.
While you're having your pizza.
Yeah. And smoking a weed, because that just makes it that much funnier.
Because even if the TV's off, it's still playing.
Yeah.
Hey, go home. I saw that movie, dude.
Listen, you go from watching Blue Streak and it turns into SpongeBob. I'm mad I did that. Sorry, y'all. Oh, man.
So this is going to be a good one. Let me preface this question, right? training has to be hard no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. With whether you're natural or enhanced. However, what are some of the differences, dude, between training enhanced versus training natural?
Yeah, so
we can both speak to this too.
Yeah, so I trained naturally for 12 years before I went to the dark side.
The dark
Super
side.
crazy.
And it was fine.
Super crazy.
You know, when you train naturally, you're limited to your genetic potential. So there's only so much you'll be able to put up, especially with like how you're built and your hormones and all that. There's only so much you can do. When you become enhanced, you're giving yourself the keys to push beyond your limits. And when you become enhanced, you're able to just ramp up your nervous system to a level that you wouldn't be able to naturally to push these bigger weights. And then obviously with the super creatine, you're able to recover quicker, you build more muscle. So like that's...
You probably sleep deeper too, don't you? Would you say?
Depends what you're taking.
Yeah.
Because some compounds will turn your system up so much for the entire day while you're on it that you won't be able to like relax. I don't know if you want to get into what those are, but
Send it if you want, dude.
yeah. So one of them being trenbolone. It's probably the strongest anabolic steroid you can take out there. That will just make you so strong so fast because it's just heightening your nervous system beyond what any other compound will be able to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of like you'll wake up in the middle of the night just pouring sweat.
Oh,
like
I've done
it's and it's not like from a bad dream
No,
either. It's just you just wake up.
It's just not-
you get some
yeah.
crazy dreams, dude. Have you had any? Like,
Oh,
crazy,
yep, I've had quite a few.
yeah,
Yep.
dude. You get some wild
Killing
dreams.
aliens?
Like, I mean, yeah, there's some crazy things that happen when you're asleep and you got
Yeah,
that in you.
I mean, in my experience, trend dreams are either extremely violent or extremely sexual, and there's no in between.
That's
Wow.
facts, dude.
Wow.
And the craziest part is they're so vivid. You will wake up and you'd be like, "That was real." That's how
Yeah.
real it feels when
Wow.
you're on this compound.
Wow. Yeah, no go for me, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
it
I
is a
don't
very
know.
fun time. I will tell you that.
It's a fun time. We do not condone or recommend. These are not recommendations.
Yeah,
We're not
no,
doctors.
Just experiences.
Yeah, these are
Yeah.
just personal experiences. We'll just preface it with that.
Yeah.
And then we can say whatever we want. Oh no, I clicked your mic. Yeah, we're good.
So what does like cycling look like for that?
So
Stay on year round.
yeah. So when it comes to cycling, you can either do what's called a blast or a cruise. So blast is when you're taking much more of whatever compounds you want to take for a set period of time. And then once you're done, then you either cycle out completely and then do a protocol to get your natural hormones up naturally again, or you cruise where you just go back down to a lower dose of stuff and stay on that year round so that your hormones are much more consistent.
It cleans out your androgen receptors and all that sort of stuff too. So like if you're just dumping massive quantities of androgens and just anabolic compounds into your body, all those receptors that make them do the things that they do get clogged up over time. You kind of become almost like insensitive to it.
Like build a tolerance up to
Kind
it.
of, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Not to mention the health consequences with that.
That, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now I'm actually on a very low dose of everything.
Okay.
Pretty much a therapeutic dose.
Right.
And at first I didn't believe in the less is more approach. I always thought like, oh, if you take more stuff, you're gonna get bigger and stronger, which to an extent that is true. But again, like there's health consequences involved, and eventually like your body's going to plateau with that.
Right.
Whereas if you maintain a lower dose, your body's able to stay sensitive to those androgens. And I found that to be the way to go.
So do you ever find yourself like when you feel like you're plateauing even at this low dose, do you have to bump it up for a short period of time and then come back down?
No, I like to maintain it. You know, if I need to push the envelope, I just train harder.
Gotcha.
You know, I'll push the food a little bit more, train a little bit harder. There's no need to take more stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's pretty sweet. You know,
Yeah,
'cause you
not
always-
to mention while you're at like the therapeutic dose, you're basically replacing what your body would naturally
Yep.
produce anyway.
Yep.
which is why it just goes back to almost like a state of homeostasis, like as if you were running on your own. Right. So it doesn't do the same thing as like a massive overload of it.
What do you think? So when you're on something like that, what do you think it pushes test levels to? Like,
well, I have blood work numbers that.
Yeah. So like you said, that side of things is completely individual.
Yeah.
And that's why I love talking about this stuff with different people, because every single person, every single body is so different. You could have two guys take the same exact amount of testosterone. One guy could be in the 2000s for total testosterone. Another guy might be less than 1,000.
Right.
It all depends, how receptive your body is to the compound.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you and I were talking about this before. If you feel like your body's more sensitive to just supplements in general, do you feel like your body would be more sensitive to taking stuff like that?
I would say probably. I would say you're probably, because if you would certainly I'm not going to say that you would be like a super responder, right? But I would say that you would certainly be more aware of the changes going on inside your body if you are more in tune with it.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because like this dude takes like a little bit of creatine and he's like, I get the craziest pumps, bro. And I'm like, all right. I mean,
it just happens.
Yeah.
But so I used to be bigger, and I'm also half Samoan, so I have pretty good genetics. So naturally I build muscle pretty fast, and my strength goes up pretty fast. My problem is not to get into the whole backstory, but I was on some medications I should have never been on, and it like destroyed my nervous system. So anytime I tried to push myself and try to get back into getting stronger, my nervous system would just completely fail out, and I'd have a hard time. Like I could hardly breathe. I would just so many symptoms, dude, to where it would put me out, and I'm like, well, I can't do that again, and I'd have to like wait. If I did like a heavy set on like Monday, no lie, I probably couldn't do another heavy set till the following Thursday. You know what I mean? Because it just completely destroyed my nervous system. So this year is the first year where when I took creatine, it would give me insomnia. You know what I mean? Just little stuff like that. You know what I mean? So this is the first year where I'm finally like gaining back momentum in my strength to where I can lift heavy consecutively throughout the week. You know what I mean? So that's why I always like learning about supplementation, further supplementation, and just trying to get my nervous system back on track so that I can get back to like it's nice to be able to lift heavy. You know what I mean? So it is.
Yeah, so I've actually got a story for you guys. I don't know if I told you this already, Justin, but shortly before I was going to run my first cycle 3 or 4 years ago at this point, I got my baseline blood work done.
Oh, okay.
And part of that was getting my testosterone checked, just because I was always curious. I was always trying to increase my test levels naturally. I'm taking vitamin D, selenium, zinc, you name it. I tried everything. And it turns out that's all bro science. The only way to really increase test levels is get more sleep, eat a little bit better, lose body fat.
Right.
But even then, the increase is so marginal that you won't even notice it.
Right.
So I got my baseline blood work done, and I get a call back from the doctor. And I shit my pants because they said, we'll only call you if there's something wrong. So I'm running an errand, and I see I'm getting a call from the doctor's office. I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? So I pick up the phone, and they're like, hey, we got your blood work results in. Everything looks perfect. I'm like, okay. So what's the bad news? You said you only call if there was something bad. They were like, your testosterone came back, and it was clinically low. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
That's like below 1 or 300, right?
Yeah, so it came back at 258 or something like that. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. Because at the time, I didn't have any symptoms at all.
Yeah.
My sex drive was fine. Motivation was fine. Didn't have any symptoms of anxiety or depression, any of the low testosterone symptoms.
Yep.
So it didn't make sense. But at the time, like, that was my normal. Again, it just comes down to genetics. There was absolutely... we had no idea why that would be the case.
Yeah.
Because my sleep was fine, diet was fine, I was a healthy body weight. Sometimes just like that.
Yeah. That's weird because I think we all Alex Hormozy, right? I think he was naturally he said one time on one of his videos he he was like 130 or something like that for his test levels, and he felt completely fine too. You know what I mean? And I don't know, you guys know like Thomas DeLauer?
Never heard.
No.
Oh, he was talking about he had like low test, and he's a bigger guy too. He had lower test levels too and showed no signs. You know what I mean? But then there's other guys that do have like elevated test levels, and they have the opposite. So it's like it's crazy to see
Super
how people are just
individual.
different.
Yeah.
You know?
So I guess there was one symptom at the time that I didn't realize, but my coach at the time did, and that was that even though the rest of all my numbers were going up for the most part, like squat, deadlift, moving events, the one thing that would not budge at all was my pressing. And we were pressing 2 or 3 times a week at the time to improve this, because it still is my weakest event to this day. But
We're
like,
gonna
for
change
example, like
that.
I could not bench more than 340. Could not do any more than that. And that was because the androgen receptors in my upper back and shoulders just had no testosterone to bind to.
Wow, that's crazy.
So as soon as I take the first shot of my first cycle, it just felt like all the wires connected in my brain and body.
Oh wow.
And I was going batshit crazy for the first few weeks, because
Wow.
that's when I was like, oh, this is what like normal
Feels
testosterone
like.
is supposed to feel like.
Yeah.
And right away, like all my numbers blew up. I went from a 340 bench to 405 in a matter of 8 weeks.
So what's your bench now?
455.
Oh, okay. All right. Is that well, you don't really do bench and strongman, right?
No,
Is
it's
there,
just an accessory thing.
there's no is there pressing events in strongman?
It's all overhead pressing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's another thing that was not going up, was my overhead pressing.
Gotcha. What's your overhead press right now?
Depends what the implement is. So like we can press like an axle, barbell, circus dumbbell, or a log. It's like my best log I think is like 325.
Okay.
My best axle out of a rack is 385. So I'm still chasing that 400-pound overhead press.
Nice. What do you have to beat to hit best in New York State for that? Is that the next one you're going after, man? You got deadlift. You got to go after that next one.
That, you know what would actually send a message to like everybody is if you just absolutely came back and dominated something overhead.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping to win
I
the
like
press
that
event
smile
next
right there.
weekend.
Hold on a minute. You like backtrack to that smile right there, that little devious,
He's all like,
little
yeah.
smile. It's like, wait a minute, you might be onto something.
I'm very confident I'm going to win the press event next weekend.
Good.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's a 270-pound axle, clean and
dude,
press for
yeah.
reps,
Yeah.
and that's been going so well in training. So I'm hoping
Good.
8 to 10 reps will be there on next Saturday, and that should be enough for the win.
Good. Where's the event?
It's way over in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, so about 7 hours away from here.
Oh, okay. Is it spectated or is it like a closed off gym or?
No, your spectators are allowed, and there will be a live stream too that I'll post on my story if anybody wants to watch.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say send that because I'd like to see it, man.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting here eating popcorn like, go Kyle, come on, get out there. I'll be thinking of you, bro. No, I'm joking. No, it'd be cool if there was something local. I'd you know what I mean. I'd definitely like to go and check that out. You know, I've never been to one. You know.
I'll tell you what, we might have to make a trip to Ohio one of these days.
Yeah.
We might have
Or
to.
if you guys want to come down January 31st, that's where I'm doing New York Strongest Man down in Westchester.
I'll put it on the
much
calendar.
More doable. That's much more doable.
Yeah.
January 31.
31st. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I'll throw that on the calendar.
What is that? What day is that?
Should be Saturday.
I'm just trying to determine.
Is it a
whether or not I'm
Saturday?
gonna
Yeah,
get
it's always
paid.
on Saturday. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
It's always on Saturdays generally. Is that
Yeah.
what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay.
But New York Strongest Man is going to be a very easy show. I just want that title so I can actually say, like, I'm New York Strongest Heavyweight.
Yeah.
It's just like a quick pit stop before the Arnold.
Yeah.
Take that title and then really focus on the Arnold. I
Yeah.
will be training for the Arnold events by then because we'll know the events at that point.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
So, since this is the end, this is like the end of a prep, right? So that's a smooth transition. Peaking techniques, dog.
Oh yeah.
What do we got?
Yeah.
What do you like to use? What works well with like your body / what have you found works with other people?
So I can only speak for myself because everybody is
Yep.
so different. And like people that come to me and want to get stronger, like every single person has a different approach or needs a different approach. For me personally, like I said, I'll start off with a relatively short volume block just to really dial down the technique, get the conditioning down for that movement, and then slowly work my way up to heavier triples or doubles or singles. So I'm a big believer in earning your top set. So you need to earn the right to go heavy.
I like that.
So my clients, for example, they tell me, oh, I want to do a little bit more. I'm like, you haven't earned the right to push for a new 1 rep max. You need to do the work first to get there.
Yeah.
Because you want a heavy single or new 1 rep max to move well.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be, an RPE 12.
Yeah. So how do you tell that in a client? Like, how, from your standpoint, for strength wise, how can you say, okay, like, you've earned that, let's go heavier? Like, do you see, like, all right, on rep 10 they're failing, or you know what I mean? Like, how do you judge that, to be able to allow them to go to the next?
Yeah, so they'll send me their videos every time they train, and then from there I'll be able to pick up on where they're lacking in technique or strength, follow through, whatever, and then we'll adjust it while they're still pushing for the higher numbers. But when they ask me, like, I want to go a little bit heavier because I'm feeling good this week, I'm like, it's not time yet. You need to put in the work to get there. You got to hit these numbers first, and they need to move well.
Yeah.
Before you can take, a heavy single, the single that you want.
Yeah. So this would be a good piece of advice coming from New York's top deadlift holder. What is some advice for deadlifting properly? Because that's something that you see in the gym where people are just destroying themselves. Like when somebody's like, oh, I started deadlifting, you're like, yo, be careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
so actually, pretty often at ABC, this younger generation they'll see me deadlift, and usually it's like something light for me is like in the 600s, low 700s.
Just doing them for 10s.
Yes, that's a 5 to 10. But it's just so smooth and so consistent, and to me, it's like I'm very almost like nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
Like Justin see me do it countless times, or it's just routine.
Yeah.
But to them, they're amazed by it. They're like, "Oh, can you teach me how to deadlift?" And I'm always happy to give people tips.
That's cool.
So for deadlift is actually a very technical event, or movement, I should say. It's not as simple as just bending over, grabbing the barbell, and just picking off the floor. You need to your whole body's got to be in sync. So you got to be able to push with your feet and legs, and while pulling with your upper back simultaneously. And that, on top of it needing a strong starting position, is what will throw people off. So I always tell people, if you want an efficient deadlift, it always starts with your start position. Because if your start position is lacking, you're gonna fail at some point once it starts getting heavy.
Yeah.
So if for people still off the floor, like they're not gonna break the floor. If you get stuck at the knees, if you don't have a good start position, and you get stuck at the knees, you're not gonna be able to get it past the knees and finish the lift. And it all starts from
that starting position.
And
that starting position alone is awkward for a lot of people, because not a lot of people have ever really been in that starting position to begin with. So to go down and pull that, their first instinct is to just round the back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
And that's
when I'm showing somebody new to deadlifting, I'll have them pull the first rep, and it'll be ugly as hell. And I tell them, go back down and pause for their second rep. Well, after they do their first rep and they go down, that's their starting position. That's their optimal. Their body's naturally putting them in their optimal starting position. I tell them that you need to take a video and study that, because that's your start position. It doesn't matter what the weight is. That's where you need to be.
Yeah.
So, it all starts with starting position, then good technique, and then you build the strength on top of that.
Yeah. I love that you said it's a very technical lift, because I feel like even just taking that breath to, you know what I mean, and just get that core nice and tight and filled. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't do that. I've seen people just go down, grab, and just no air whatsoever. They're just, I'm like, oh.
My lower back is
chiropractor. You know what I mean?
Dude, for me, with the peaking stuff, I have always found that my body will do exactly what I tell it to do. Right? So if I'm doing like sets of 10 or something like that, it will crush sets of 10. If I want a heavy single, I have to only just smash myself with heavy single stuff.
Yeah.
It's really weird. For me, like individually, that's how I respond.
Yeah. Well, where the mind goes, the body follows, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Exactly. And I'm surprised we haven't touched upon that. The mentality, the mental side of strength training is just as important as the physical side. If you're going into a heavy session and your mind is not in the right place and you're not focused and locked in, you are not going to do well in that work. And worst case, you get hurt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like Justin said, we work very similar where if we prepare our minds ahead of time, our bodies will follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like if I know, I know I'm competing next weekend, my body's already getting ready for the show. I'm still 6 days out, but I'm still like each day that goes by, like I'm getting more and more mentally prepared for game day.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's like game day, man. You know, you're in there, you're hitting it hard, like nothing changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
What does that mental prep look like? Are you like visualizing what you're gonna do through every single event, and like you see you close your eyes, you can see yourself, overhead pressing, boom, 1, 2, 3.
So the only thing I visualize is myself on the top of the podium. I'm not kidding.
That's
I know
awesome.
that sounds very arrogant of me.
but that's a winner's attitude. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
it's cool.
So that's my vision, is like seeing me on top of the podium, getting that first place trophy. Everything before that, I just perform the way I practice. I'm a big believer in, if you're going to compete, you need to practice how you're going to play.
Yep. Yep.
So like, for example, Friday night, I did my last event session, and I call it like the last dress rehearsal. So I'll go in and I'll run all the events. Like I'll do the whole show at contest weight a week before to see where we're at.
Yep.
And if everything moves well, then I know I'm ready.
Yep.
I know I'm ready. Then I have a full week of rest. And then I'm going to go into that show with the expectation of doing even better than I did that last session.
Yep. Yep. That's how it is with me too. Like lifting weights in general is like, once we just talked about this recently actually. Like when I do, like, let's just use bench press because it's a universal example, right? If I'm doing 315 and I do a set of 10, the next week I'm not going to go in and do 9.
Yeah,
I'm gonna either do 325 for more,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna do 315 for 11.
Right.
Like, I'm never gonna go backwards.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the mentality
Right.
that I go in there with. Because I'm not gonna.
The only time you should be going backwards per se is if you're going to take a deload
Yeah.
or resetting and starting a new program.
Yeah.
It's the only time you should be going backwards. If you need to go backwards in the middle of a program, you're pushing too hard. You're not being smart with your programming.
So after you do competition, do you deload the week after and start your
So it all
season?
depends what my goals are. So because there's a max axle deadlift in this particular show, my nerve systems are going to be primed for a big deadlift.
Oh, okay.
So 400 kilograms or 881 pounds has been a long time goal of mine with deadlift. So after the show, I'll take a couple days off and go in probably the Wednesday after and just YOLO my
I'm
deadlift.
gonna slap the shit.
You better be there. I'm gonna need you there. But if I don't have a max event like that, I'll just get right back into the gym and just start really light to get back into it.
Nice. I love it, man.
My shoulders are feeling good too, dude. You're in for it, bro.
How many times have you thrown yours out slapping me?
A couple times.
It still wasn't hard enough.
Kyle's in the gym.
Jack.
Harder.
Bro, the way he slapped me and screaming, like, you should see some of the looks we've gotten
Dude,
at
it's
ABC last
awesome.
year.
I can imagine.
Like the entire gym stops and just like everybody drops what they're doing and they just all turn and they're just like, what the fuck is happening over
Wait,
there?
there's no lunk alarm in the gym?
Nah, dude.
Not at ABC.
Yeah, you know what the lunk alarm is? Us screaming at each other.
The lunks. Oh man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, dude, thank you again for joining us with our fantastic guest, Mr.
Yeah, man.
Kyle
Hey,
Ruiz.
man, it's been a
Future-
pleasure,
for having me.
dude.
Yeah,
It's been a
dude.
pleasure. You ever want to come back?
Pleasure
on
and
again,
an
man?
honor.
No,
Yeah.
I'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun. I can't wait to have you on more. You know, 'cause especially we have to talk after competition, man.
Oh, absolutely.
We got to
Yep.
recap that. Take as much video as you can. We'll go over all that, man. That'd be sweet to
That
share.
actually would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little debrief.
Yeah.
Do a little post-comp debrief.
So we'll schedule it, man. If you guys want to see more of that, you know what I mean. We'll schedule that
yeah,
Absolutely.
let us know.
and throw that up on here.
Also, feel free to give him a bunch of shit in the comments for whatever you want. I don't care. Tell him his arms are small, even though he's like way bigger than mine. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. There you go. Which way's
Hold
the
on a
beach?
minute. Let me just get the sweatshirt off real quick.
I would do it, but my armpits stink. That's why I put the sweater on, man. I'm like, yo, shoot.
Yo, that's the French cologne right there. Just
Is that what that's called?
I don't know. I just made that up right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty.
I thought it was the German perfume.
Onion.
Oh, wow. With the thing over the O. On y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it
Yeah,
for
man.
tonight. Subscribe, like, comment, do all those things. We'll see you next time.